Welcome to a new episode of Fit the Description, a Black Men's podcast, where various Black men come together to talk about life, society, entertainment, culture, news, and whatever else we want to talk about from various Black men's perspectives. I'm your host, G, and today we got B.
What's up, y'all?
And of course, the original James.
What up?
And just like usual, like I say every podcast, make sure on your way in to like and subscribe. Also, check out our clips channel, Fit the Description, because I know these could be pretty long. So if you want to get short form versions of the podcast, check that out over on YouTube. Also, we're on various podcast platforms, Spotify, iTunes, Amazon. So if you want to check us out, just the audio version, I mean, this is audio, but basically more on the audio platform, check those out. Also understand on those platforms, you are at a delay. So we do need to try to speed you up, but you are at a delay for now. So just be aware of that. So if you want the current episodes, you got to come here to OPN to get the current episodes. Also, I got to do a quick update. So if you saw last podcast, I did say Keith was going to be on there. I kind of jacked up when I edited the podcast and I split it incorrectly. So basically the half of Keith's part basically got cut out. So I'm trying to figure out how I want to release that part. I'm thinking about releasing it as a podcast only exclusive, but I got to figure it out because the problem is it's hard to do that because you guys in the podcast platform land is at a delay. So that's the thing, because it is an important part. So I got to figure that out. That's on me. I jacked up with the editing. I should have edited the second part. So the episode that you hear, that's chapter 2, should have been chapter 1. And then there should be another part. So I got to figure that out. Of course, if we get the website up, it will go on the website right away. But I don't know. But like I said, I got to figure that out because the problem is that you out there on podcast land, on the podcast platforms, you're too far behind. And I can't really afford to push y'all back any further. So we'll figure that out. But beyond that, again, I want to thank y'all for checking us out. Definitely appreciate it. And yeah, we'll go ahead and get to the episode. So what's up, B, man? It's been a minute.
What's up, y'all?
What's been new with you,
man? Good to be back.
What's been new with you, man?
Oh yeah, man. No, it's been on the weather. And then the last podcast, I was like almost healed, but I was like, let me take this one off. There's a fair to say. So I was almost there, but I was like, okay, not there yet. So I was like, okay. I had to come back and at least make it this time because it's been like a month since I've been off. So
yeah, what happened to you? Cause I know you said you were under the weather.
Yeah, man. What'd you get? Monkeypox, Omicron. You know, which one was it? Was it Ninja? What was it?
This one was you could the original sickness called the common cold.
No, people, you didn't know that's not a thing anymore. It's just a cold, bro. What are you talking about?
For people, if you want to know how life was, go back in your history books. You might have to get a 19th like a 19th century book to teach you about basic sicknesses.
That's propaganda, dog. What'd you get? Come on, man. Tell us the truth. What'd you get? What'd you get? The Love Boat? What'd you get? They're coming up with new ones every day. You got frog pox? What'd you get?
I got
gorilla toes. I heard that's bad.
The gorilla toe.
Yeah, I heard gorilla toes is really bad. Oh, it hasn't. I don't think it may be over here yet. You may not be able to get gorilla toes. That's just in Zimbabwe right now.
I got the got me first.
What was that? What'd you get?
I got the Biden got me stuff sickness.
Biden got some words. Oh my god. You got that?
Yeah,
Dude,
man.
hey, at least you didn't get Trump tan. I heard Trump tan means like irreversible. Trump tan
Oh,
is terrible.
can you imagine that?
I've seen a couple people that got Trump tan. It was bad.
Ooh.
It was bad. I just stay away from them. I had to like literally delete their phone number. You know, you can get Trump tan on the phone. I had to block them.
Yeah, anyone who's tanning is you gotta go somewhere else. Especially if you got the Trump tan.
Yeah, if you got Trump tan, bro, I feel bad for you. You know, you need to notify the next of kin immediately. Anybody you came in contact with in the first 48 hours, you need to contact if you got Trump tan.
Should turn it orange, man.
hey, bro. It's not just for the winter anymore, dog. It's bad. It's bad out there. Oh, what else is there? How many variants? Dude, there's gonna be more variants than weed strands in a minute.
Oh, I know.
What is it? Man, they gonna start passing it out like weed too. Hey man, you got that new Omicron? Nah, man, I got that Transformer. I got that Tupac, bro. You hit this shit and get angel wings.
I don't know why that hasn't started yet.
It probably has. You just gotta go to the right places. Have you ever noticed that nothing starts over here? Even with sicknesses, we gotta steal them. Like, oh man, this started in Africa, this started in China, this started in Greece, Spain, all this, and it
That's
just
true.
To get over here.
That's very true. Now that I'm thinking about it.
Nothing ever actually starts over here. We ain't that creative. See, look at even you, B. You like, what'd you get? Oh, I got the common cold. That's played out. Nobody want to hear that. Boo. Nobody want to hear that.
I ain't that creative. That's why I ain't too.
You gotta give it something dope too. It's gotta have a dope name. You might as well just make it up. Next time, if I ever get if I get sick, I'm gonna make up a name, bro. I got U-Haul syndrome. Something just weird, something off the cuff.
I got the Jupiter Cron.
You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying?
The Jupiter Cron.
I got Nebula, dog. I got Nebula 9. Man, this nigga ain't gonna make it, bro. You got Nebula 9, dog.
You know, I will say this, James. I think you're the only one on this podcast I don't think that has not attended for being sick.
What do you mean?
Like, I missed the podcast. Well, we didn't have it that week because I was sick. B's missed because he was sick. I think Keith missed a once or twice because he was sick. Everybody who's usually come on here has missed. I think you're the only one I haven't heard at all who's like missed the podcast because they're sick.
Man, what the fuck I need to call in sick for? Man, I didn't even call in dead. Okay, so I mean, I'll be here. All right.
Chill. All the coughing, not this shit. So the podcast was definitely going to be ruined.
That's what I'm saying. James is the only one I can honestly say right now, out of everybody who I've talked to, who has not missed podcasts due to illness.
Hell no.
Yeah.
I stay away from people and I wash my hands.
I mean, I do that too, and I still wind up feeling like crap one day.
Nah, man, that's just it, bro. You can feel like, but see, you was around somebody. You was around somebody who had Star Trek: The Next Generation. That shit's bad, bro.
You mean the Jean-Luc Picard?
Yeah, hey, Luke. What's his name? Picard. Yep. Yeah, Captain Picard. Yeah. You had some of that, Captain Picardy. Look, you on.
I'm just glad I didn't have the Kirk.
Man, hey, no. What one you need to watch out for is the Spock. You get the Spock, that's it. Game over, dog.
Yeah, but I heard that Data's coming over pretty soon.
Nah. Neil deGrasse Tyson already discredited that, so date is done.
What about the rumors of the wharf?
Nah, man, that I heard that got knocked out by the Wookiees.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. They didn't transferred over to a whole different genre.
But does that make you change colors like the lightsabers?
It could. I mean, Star Wars was fucked up. And judging by somebody who's never watched Star Wars, hey, it's pretty rough.
Mm-hmm. I'm just glad I didn't have a Death Star.
Hey, but that sucks, man, because I heard in the black community, they're going to start hitting Darth Vaders. Gonna start figuring out who their dads are and bro, you know how that would be? You get sick and find out who your dad is. Bro, would that actually topple the black community? You have nothing to complain about no more.
I don't know about that. I mean, there's some payments I ain't benefit from that needs to be paid in full. So,
and nobody said he was gonna pay you back. It's just gonna be like, gee, I am your father. God damn it, nigga, where you been at all this time? You owe me Christmas presents. Look here, get your in the house before I beat you in your ass. That is sad. Yo, man, but I'm glad you better be. That's
Yeah, man. Yeah, man. Well, James, he called me one day, man. I was
oh yeah, you was on another planet.
He's like, hey, B, man, get off the phone, bro.
Hey, I ain't even go front, dog. I put like a paper towel over the phone, man, because I was like, hey, this dude's gonna give me, the Picards, bro. It didn't sound like no normal sickness, bro. I'm sorry, man. It sounded like, hey, man, look. Hey, keep hope alive, man. Stay up, bro. Be safe. I don't know what to tell you right now, but just saying feel better ain't gonna help this one. You ever had somebody so sick that you feel like just get well ain't gonna help you? Like you gotta add some extra.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
That's pretty much how you sounded. I was like, are you sure this is B? What? Wait a minute. Did you start smoking 20 years ago? Because you don't sound like me. At one point, I'm pretty sure you passed out on the phone.
Nah.
I'm pretty sure you passed out. I was like, oh shit, he didn't. Oh man, we gotta hang up, bro. I can't be witness to this.
I was trying to avoid talking because I knew I would have opened up that bell. I would have went right back to the coffee again. I'm like, that's it. I'll let them figure it out.
Hell no. I'm like, nope, this dude is jacked up, bro. I can't do it. This Bluetooth and sicknesses and shit. How you giving sicknesses over Wi-Fi? No, I can't do it. Can't do that. Damn. That's cool.
Man. You imagine?
Dude.
Oh, dude. Every time I hear somebody be coughing and hagging on the other side of the phone, I'm like, I always feel like I'm about to get sick. I hate that crap. Then knowing they're in a totally different home, but just the it's like,
ugh. Man, you think I'm kidding? I bust out the hand sanitizer once I hung up on him. Like, just make you can't be too sure here. You know
Rob pulled out the hand sanitizer for myself.
Like, hey, you like 100 miles away from me though, bro. I'm like, yep, nah, I'm good. That you carrying like rollover minutes. I'm straight.
Oh man. You know when people yawn, you yawn.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, man.
You know that affects. I know it's a weird fact, but you know that affects dogs too, right?
No,
Never
yeah.
thought about that.
Yeah.
Well,
That's crazy.
there's everybody. There's a fun fact from G that affects dogs too. Oh shit!
You should get like a pop-up set. Fun facts from G.
You know what I'm saying? Hey, I think we found the new podcast. Fun facts from G.
So it was either gonna be that or it's gonna be a rant. So
Right. I mean, fun facts is hey, real talk. Me and the homies do fun facts all the time. And but we don't do fun facts. It's basically useless facts that you figured out over the years.
oh shit. What's one example? What's one good example?
My main go-to to really stump everybody is WD-40.
What about it?
What is WD-40?
It helps loosen up things like metal stuff. So like if doors like have a hard time opening, you spray WD-40.
So you know what it does, right?
Yeah, I just said it.
Okay. What does the name WD-40 mean though?
You know, I never bothered to ask.
Ding, ding, ding. There it is. Like I said, it's the ultimate stumper, bro.
Yeah, yeah.
You want to take a shot at it, B? I know the answer, but no one else does.
Whiz driver?
No.
Well, what is that? I'm curious.
Well, G's probably Googling it right now. You can hear G typing on his computer.
I'm actually not typing right now. I'm actually watching somebody make pies. So.
Well, actually, the funniest thing is WD-40 was actually a government product. It was made for like tanks and crap.
Oh, for real?
It was made to keep them lubricated, because they go through all kinds of elements.
Yeah.
So the actual name WD-40 is like, I may butcher this. It's water dissoluble 40. So basically, that was the 40th. That was the 40th attempt that they had at making that product.
Oh wow!
So they had tried 39 other times and it didn't work. So the 40th time hit, and that's what they kept it at, WD-40.
So then my question is, if that's the case, does like the military get residuals when people buy those?
I've never really looked at it into that part, but I looked at it as, because the military may not have actually made it, but it was purposed for that.
Okay.
But the thing is, that's the main reason why, if you ever looked at it, WD-40 is one product that really has never changed over the years.
True.
Like, think about
it.
Everything else, they have to revamp it. They have to change the packaging. They have to adjust this and that. That product has been the same since your granddaddy used it.
That is very true.
Well, I'll say this much: they have changed the packaging, I think, once or twice.
Really? Are you sure?
Yeah, because I remember one time they had like a different canister.
You mean the size of? I'm talking about like, go get a bottle of Sprite from the 80s and get one now. You'll see like the coloring is different, the design, the label, that shit is different. WD-40 is just WD-40. You know it from like, the blue and yellow can. Now they have made like the silicone version of it and all that, but the WD-40 can is that blue and yellow can, boom, right there.
Yeah, I'll admit that the basic of it has never changed. So yes, that's fact. Like they did some variation. I think that's better. Right? They did variations on it, but it's never really changed.
There's never needed to be a revamp because it's just that product. Boom, there it is.
Yeah.
Right.
That's something that I want to do. I want to make a product where I don't have to care about it for like 80 yeyears. Like, yep, this is it. Here you go. Take it or leave it.
Well, at that point in time, you'll probably be dead by the time people want to change it.
You think so? Because those WD-40 guys probably live for a long time.
Yeah, they're probably millionaires, not billionaires by now.
I mean, I don't know. That's a, but yeah, stuff like that. They're useless. But like who? Like at the end of the day, it's who cares? What the hell WD-40 stands for? Like, eh, you know.
Yeah.
I care. That was interesting to me.
Exactly. It was interesting to you, but think about it. You're an adult and you've never ever thought to look it up.
True.
That's true. That is true. Even I can admit that.
Nobody has ever given. You've used it several times throughout your life, but
oh yeah,
you've never looked at the can and went, "What the hell does this mean? Like, what does it stand for? Windshield diffuser 40?"
I use WD-40 to get my car open because the lock got jammed.
Exactly, right?
Yeah. There's a few months ago, so
you never thought about it. Like, damn, I
never thought about it.
Yeah. I should find out what I'm using.
You know what's funny? You know what's funny? Like think about like the first time you learned about that. Like I could remember like the first time I heard of WD-40, and you never think about it. The first time I heard about WD-40 was I think when our door was jammed, and my mom said, "Go get a WD-40," and I just went and got it. And like the fact you said that, I'm like, I never thought about like my first time. It was just always there.
Yeah, exactly. It was always there. I remember just being used all. Not like it was just constantly using WD-40. Yeah, but I remember like when something was jammed up, you always grab WD-40 to get it loose.
Yeah, but my point by saying that is that like I never questioned it. I never once said, "What's this?" It was just like, "Is this it?" Yeah. I'm like, okay.
Right.
Like, yeah, I never thought about it. Wow, that was a good question.
Wow. I'm telling you, we've went through it, and some of the things that you find out are like when it's a group of people, it's so weird. Like the stuff that you can figure out.
Man, this make me after this podcast while walk around my house. But okay, what the hell I've been using all these years? Okay. And I don't know nothing about it. Yeah.
So, one of the very controversial ones that ended up like that was an argument that ended up being true. Maybe you guys know this one because this one's kind of popular. Yeah. Who created the word nerd?
Oh, I don't know.
Damn.
I don't know.
Shit.
Really? Yeah, you'll be shocked when you hear it.
I had no idea.
You guys want to know the answer?
Yes, I do.
Yes.
Dr. Seuss.
No way.
Dr. Seuss was the first person to use that word. Yep.
What?
Over the years, they kind of changed it to mean, something else. But yeah, the first time it was used was in a Dr. Seuss book.
Well, what was the original context of that word?
That part I don't remember because that one wasn't mine. That was somebody else's. But we were like, I said the same thing. Like, no, F you, dude. No way. Dr. Seuss was like, "Hey, shut up, nerd." But no, it was used. The word was used in a Dr. Seuss book. We actually had to. That was one we had to challenge, and we looked it up and was like, "No way, Dr. Seuss is a jerk." He's the reason for a lot of bullying back in the 80s. But yeah, no, they basically said something like it was in the book, and then the kids liked it, so they were like using the word, and then like their older siblings were like, "Shut up, you're a nerd." Oh, so then it started changing into like what it is today. Like, you're a nerd. Shut up.
Isn't that how most? Hold on.
Oh, damn.
Uh-oh. Oh,
Get
damn.
the spray out, bro.
Oh, damn.
Put my mask on real quick. G done caught it, man. He done caught the nerds, bro.
Damn.
Oh, shit. We're in trouble, bro.
Oh, let me put a disinfectant cloth over the over my speaker, man.
Oh, wow.
Damn, dude, we got you sick. I'm sorry.
Well,
We're
I
sorry.
did not tell you. That's why I be over here with the mask on, disinfectant.
No, what I was saying was, basically, isn't that how most words are? Where like it has one meaning and then it changes to something completely what it wasn't supposed to be meant for.
A lot of them
sometimes,
do,
sometimes, yeah.
You know, I mean, you could think about any insult. Like, think about bitch. Bitch was a female dog. It wasn't really a bad thing to say, you know, if you were talking about a dog, but then it was used on people and the entire meaning changed.
Mm-hmm.
And all
But did it really though?
Cold-blooded.
Oh man.
Damn.
I mean, hey.
So I have a question for you guys.
Mm-hmm.
Would you let your mom pick a girl for you? Yes and no, and why?
Hell no. Hell no, man. My mom thinks she understands me as it is right now. She don't. So if she's trying to pick someone, I already know it's gonna be a disaster, man. I know it's gonna be a disaster. It's gonna be a nightmare. I'm good, man. I'm good.
Okay, I want to double up on that
good,
question.
Man.
I want to double up on the question of Seth, but
okay.
What about you? What about you, James? Would you let your mom pick a girl for you?
I mean, sure, whatever. Sure, whatever.
Would you? You have no issues with it. You could trust her.
I mean, it's not that I'm gonna trust her. It's just, I mean, depends on who this person is. I mean, sure, I'll do it. She may lose a friend or whoever she is, but yeah, whatever.
Yeah, how about you, G?
This will be interesting.
What's that?
How about you?
Me, well, B, I'm basically just like you. Hell no, I can never let my mom. Nah, I don't. I wouldn't trust her pick. Like I said, me and my mom are two opposite people. Like we're those, we have this kind of bond, whereas we don't really agree on anything, and so when we agree, there's really a problem happening. So yeah, I would never trust my mom on any level to pick a girl for me. I just think it would be a disaster. Number one, I never really, we don't have conversations like this in general, but even beyond that, like it just, like what I want and what she thinks I want are probably two different things. It just would never work.
Right.
And plus I'll probably be disturbed by it. And then it's kind of like what James was saying a couple podcasts ago. I think it will always just be put in my mind, like my mom picked this girl, and it would just always always be kind of disturbing for me.
and then your woman can use that as leverage. You're like, so let me get into an argument. So she gonna say something like, so you gonna are you trying to prove your mama wrong?
Yes, actually, yes. I want to prove I know better than her. Yes, hands down.
Man.
I mean,
oh man.
I mean, I'll be honest with you, James, man. Now I'm interested. The fact that you will trust your mom in that position to choose a long-term woman for you.
And you never said long term. You just said, would you let her choose a chick for me? Yeah, sure, whatever.
Okay, fair enough. So let me rephrase that as in, would you let your mom choose a girl for you long term?
Like, what does that mean though? Like, you can't choose anything for me long term. You can choose somebody and then like freaking introduce me to her. If it doesn't work, it doesn't work. I don't give a let's go. Are you paying? Well, yeah. I'm willing to sit here and get interviewed for an afternoon. Because that's all a first date is an interview.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
So hell yeah, let's go. Let me work on my interview skills real quick. Let me hone in on this.
I guess my deeper question is: do you have that much trust and faith in your mother?
I mean, again, bro, like nobody's going to hold a gun to my head like that's it. You're gonna be with this chick. If you think you got somebody that's awesome. I just found out the other day. My homie was like, "There's a chick and she's really cool. We've hung out, talked a few times." He was like, "Yeah, we hope you guys hit it off." I was like, "Really?" I did not, but that makes so much sense now. That makes so much sense. But I didn't even know about that. I said, man, y'all should have told me. I'm like, she's cool, but no. She's cool as a homie. That's it.
Damn. That's something you don't want to hear as a woman. She cool as a homie? Damn.
She's cool as a homie, bro. We can sit back and chop it up and laugh and do all that, but it's like we were arguing the other day. Like, bro, the value to me is like the biggest point to everything.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, you actually had witness to that argument, and that was pretty rough. And you came in halfway through it.
And I'm really mad. I wish I really recorded that.
I mean, I was about to start being thrown up in here, dog. Like, that's how good my arguments get. So I don't know.
Yeah. I mean, you were arguing Ella Cool Pad, and Ella Cool Pad definitely sees the world in a very particular way.
Hell yeah, and I love it. That's the thing. I don't want people that have the same ideas as me. I want to have a challenge because hell, they may bring up a point that I don't really think about. But when it comes to shit like that, nah, man, I'm good. Value is everything to me. I don't give a damn who recommends her, who does what, blah, blah, blah. If she's cool, then yeah, okay. But then she also has to have that value.
Let's see. All right. I'm gonna ask a question to give out the secrets. For you as an individual, since you talked about value, what makes a girl valuable to you?
A lot, bro. A lot.
And what does that entail? What's that entail?
I mean, a lot, dude. Like, the list is ridiculous, and I ain't gonna give that out. You know what I'm saying? Unless we are switching this to like a dating show, and then I need 3 contestants that are females on the other end, and we go. You know what I'm saying? But I mean, I'm trying to think how we can be politically correct about this. I can literally get us canceled if you really want to know what's valuable to me. But I mean, one thing, I'll tell you one thing that's valuable that most people don't understand is the fact that you have to kind of get me.
Yeah, well, I mean, I think we all kind of. I'm the same way.
Nah, bro. Because everybody, when you look at me, there's a certain people always cast judgment. and nobody knows like stuff like how big I can geek out. Like the homie that you know, she never kind of figured out that how big of a nerd I was. How and not even a nerd. I call it I geek out on stuff until I drove like 3 hours to go to a museum. And like she was like, "Are you serious?" I'm like, "Yeah." And then we got there and it was like stupid dark outside, and where it was, there's no light pollution. So it was like pitch black. And she was like, "Yeah, I ain't getting out of this car. That I don't give a damn what's over there." I mean, it could be a murder over there for all I know. I'm not getting out of this car. Are you crazy? So, I'm traipsing around like, whatever, this is dope, and she was like, she just opened the door and looked out like, "Oh, yeah, it's dope." Closed the door back like, "Nope, I'm good. Nope. That's right. You out your damn mind." So I'm like, yeah, but stuff like that, I do stuff like that all the time. Like there's another museum I want to go to, and it's a little bit further away, but it's the same kind of principle. It's real weird, it's kooky. Nobody knows about stuff like that. I'm the dude that'll be driving to Vegas. I am the dude who drove to Vegas and got off to go through ZZYZX Road and figure out why that road exists.
I'm just trying to figure out why they call it city ZZYZX. That's what I want to figure out.
But do you actually know the significance of that area?
No. The first time I heard that was on Fox Kids. I'm like, what?
But there's a big that used to be the most popular place like ever.
Really?
Yeah. A dude made I guess it's called like a bathhouse, like a spa. He made like one of the first spas, but it was out in the middle. It was off ZZYZX Road. It was like in the middle of nowhere. And
that's crazy.
You can still to this day go over there, and you can see like the remnants of the little hot tubs and stuff like that.
Yeah.
It's mad kooky, but it's supposed to like you can read the whole story of that guy. It's crazy.
Right.
But that kind of stuff, I'm with it.
Right.
It's weird, it's kooky, and it doesn't fit my personality at all.
Okay. All right. Well, you know what? I just because I want to keep this conversation, let's go around the horn and we'll do our three. And since you did one, let's just do three, and I'll go next. When it comes to what do I see in value in a woman that's valuable, for me, I would say my number one for me is loyalty. The fact of like I need a girl, especially with kind of like what I do, like having to deal with media and doing photography and stuff. Bro. I absolutely need trust. That's one thing that I need that's like valuable to me. Like I gotta have a girl that trusts me. I can't deal with a girl that's just gonna be a headache. Like,
did you really just say loyalty?
Yes.
Oh my God. Are you for real now?
Go ahead. Go ahead. What?
Is this the joke right now?
What?
Is this the joke right now?
Go ahead.
Go ahead. G,
what?
G, are you serious, bro?
Speak on it. Speak on it.
Come on, bro. Okay, B, what are you gonna bring up? What do you want in a chick? She has to be breathing.
Fair enough.
Did you just say trust? Like, what kind of stupid shit is that?
Okay, I agree with that.
What do you have to have in a girl? She has to be able to not kill me. Okay, there we go. Boom.
Okay, fine.
Fucker, get the fuck out of here.
Fine. What are you looking for? Something deeper or whatever?
I don't know. I mean, something more off the lines of she has to be a chick. I don't know. I mean, actually, you know what? That could be one in this day and age. But I mean, loyalty. Come on, dog. Like, who the fuck wants a chick that probably is going to rob you?
Fine. Okay. Then we'll take.
Bullshit.
Okay, fine. I actually agree with that. Fine.
Breathing. Okay. My 3 years, she has to be alive. She has to be able to breathe. And, she has to be over the age of 21. She has to have a driver's license. Okay, that's just it. Big thing right there.
Okay, fine. I agree. That might have been too common of an answer.
She has to be able to read.
I'll give you that. That was maybe too common
Higher
of an
shoes.
answer. Fine. Fine.
She has to be a human. Wait a minute. She has to be a human.
Oh, fine. I'll take that. All right, B, you want to go? While I give me a second.
While he thinks about something, because I'm just knocked him out apart completely.
Pretty much, but I gotta think deeper.
I just named all 3 of his answers right now.
So I mean, I'm kind of similar with Jen. Like, well, I am an artist, so my woman has to be an explorer like me, and I'm not talking about when I use the word explorer, a lot of people think in the sexual terms and all that other stuff. No. I like not only going, but I like going to places where I usually wouldn't even go to. So it's just I gotta have a woman who's willing to go down on an adventure, and roll with me, and not even just roll with me, but find things as well that's interesting, and we can just go and learn some new shit, be at new places, and just enjoy the time while we're there. So, I'm a type of person who likes to, be outdoors hiking and or chilling at lakes and stuff like. So if she's down with that, man, that's a must I need for her to do. Like, I can't be having no boring chick, man. I'm gonna go and stay at home all day. Like, like nah. A girl like that, she will bore the hell out of me. She will bore the hell out of me. So yeah, man. That goes one.
Okay. Then now they're back on me. I got a better one. And bear with me because I know, but it's this.
Oh, Jesus Christ. She has to be able to drink water. There it is. There it is.
Well, but
bear with me.
Well, because it's gonna sound like surface, but it's deeper than that. Mm-hmm. One of the things for me is communication. And what I mean by that is that there's a particular way for me to kind of get me invest whatever. You got to talk to me. So the big thing that you have to understand is basically just how to talk to me, because if you just think you could talk to me any which way, I'm not one of those dudes that will take either kindly to that or will listen or will tune you out. Like, if you just think that you could just talk to me like any old fucking dude out there, you're going to find out that's not going to work. So I would say one of the biggest values to me is that you gotta communicate my language. And I'm going to be honest with you. It's very hard to figure that out. But if you can figure that out and you can learn how to actually communicate, like on my wavelength, know how to actually talk, like, to me, I know that sounds kind of off, but it's just a real thing. Like, you gotta be able to speak a specific language to really impress me, to really, if you just think you could talk, like, nah, I'm one of those people that's just like, yeah, I'm not gonna listen. I'm gonna tune you out, and I'm probably gonna get the hell out of there. So I would say communication. I know it's kind of complicated, but for me, it's a complicated answer because you gotta figure that out. So, all right, James, back on you, man. Number 2.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, ladies. If you guys want to know what language you have to speak with G, it's Klingon. just throwing it out there. Just to give you guys a little bit of an edge. Just don't tell anybody I know. It's Klingon, bro. I mean, well, I mean, my answers, I guess, aren't as riveting as G's. You gotta fucking not rob me. Let's see. A chick has to be able to hold her own in a conversation with me.
Yeah.
Like, I don't give a damn who you are, but if it's an argument, if you have a point, it has to be an intellectual setup. If I'm conversating about anything and you can hold your own, that's actually a pretty cool thing for me.
Yeah, that was I was gonna say on my list, but no, that's highly important for me. I think. Oh, go ahead.
No, I was just like, think about it, bro. Mm-hmm. Like, I don't give a damn what you got, but go ahead.
No, I before I go to mine, a lot of women today is the conversation is absolutely terrible, bro. Like, goddamn, they don't know shit.
That's true.
Like, I have a more funner time talking to my cousin who's in preschool and a kindergarten and shit than talk to a lot of these grown adults, man. Yeah, it's bad out here. So yeah, that's what James just said. That's important to me. Mm-hmm. I was gonna put that on my list, but no, that's definitely important, you know. Mm-hmm. But for number 2 with me, because I have my goal eventually is to work from home. And because I expect to be, as the way things are going today, I expect to homeschool my kids. So, my woman has to be interested in my business, or she got to be business driven to do something of her own. And I say that because I realize a lot of wives that, especially a lot of wives that stay at home, you know, they're just there to just babysit the children, and that's it, and they don't really do anything. Well, that's how the secretary at the job is able to convince her husband to convince her that she's a better option because she's actually interested in what he does and is involved with what he does. I think that's something my wife should be part of, you know, being involved in my business, understanding my money and my investments, because if something would happen to me, man, I would want her to know what to do. A lot of women, especially like the older generation, when their husband died, they didn't know what to do with the money. They didn't know nothing about their husband's business. And they practically lost the business. That's something that could have been passed down to the kids or something if they're interested in it. So I said, my woman got to be driven into work, interested in doing what I do, or she got to, you know, be heavily involved in building what she wants to do, because she might have a different skill set than what I need. So, you know, that's something my woman has to do. She can't be sitting around all day, ain't doing nothing, ain't learning nothing, ain't contributing to or interested in learning anything about what I do. I think that's just a turn off, because if I bring it to something like a business meeting, or not meeting, but a meetup or something like a business meetup. Well, I bring my wife, she don't know anything about my business. Well, what happens if we're in a circle talking, someone asks her a question she don't know? You see what I'm saying? So, just, I just want a woman who's just interested and involved in what I do, you know. And if she's into something different, I know I will be involved with her, trying to help her do her thing. So I just would like the same treatment, and she be interested in what I do and try to help me out as well. You know, so yeah, so that's my number 2.
Before I go, it's funny how you sit there and say, your girl being at home, and like I'm a little bit different from you, because it's like for me, like I would love to put myself in a position where my woman, if she wants to, she could work, she could just stay at home and doesn't have to work. But I always said, like, if I have a girl who wants to just stay home, which is fine, if I make, because like that's been one of my goals, to be the ultimate provider. I have 3 rules, and if she doesn't follow one of these 3 rules, she's gonna have to go get a job, because I'm not gonna put up with it. And it's 3 simple things: take care of the kids, take care of the house, and just stay in shape. If I'm taking care of everything, if I'm paying all your bills, if you could just sit on the couch, then I'm just asking you to do 3 things: work out every day or every other day, whatever. But just stay in, just work out, stay in shape, take care of the kids, and take care of the house. If I'm dealing with everything. Now, if she doesn't do one of those things, I'm not going to say I'm going to break up with her, but what's going to happen is that you're going to be fired from being a housewife, and you're going to have to go get a job. Because if you can't do the job within the house, the bare minimum that I actually do, when I'm out here doing everything, or I made it to a place where I can where you basically don't have to do shit with your life, then I'm only asking you to just do 3 things, nothing else. Just do those 3 things: take care of the house, take care of the kids, and just stay in shape. That's it.
Damn, Jesus, tyrant, bro.
He said fired. I like that.
Jesus, a tyrant like a motherfucker.
Hey, man, if I'm doing
fired, I like that. Huh?
Yeah, I mean, I'm sorry, I'm out there buying the world. Yes, when I come home, I want to come home. Well, I mean, I understand this. We're gonna have it. It doesn't matter. I want to come home I want to have more good days coming home than bad. Put it like that,
dude. But how can you gauge if she stays in shape or not?
Huh?
How do you gauge if she stays in shape or not?
It's easy. Like I said, at that point, if I get to where I want to be, like actually where I want to be, we'll have a gym.
No, but how do you gauge if she? Because I'm asking this because I've over the years, I've interacted with people who had clauses like that, and it's very interesting, like how they do it. Because most of them, you can't just say stay in shape. 90% of them, and there's been more than 5, have all gave their chick the same restriction. You have a weight limit. You go over that weight limit, issues have to happen. One of them's dude was like, look, you can't vary 15 to 20 pounds. If you do, then we're done. And he meant it. He meant it to the point where when she was like, I think she had gained like 13, 14 pounds. And he started getting her up in the morning and making her go to the gym. And I'm like, damn, there was another dude who had weigh-ins weekly.
Damn.
And he said, if you break this threshold, you cannot go out to eat anymore until you get back under the threshold. And those people were like married, dude. I'm like, holy crap! I don't understand. I think you would get. I don't know. People I was dealing with. I'm figuring I would get stabbed in my sleep if I'm like, hey. Because how do you deliver that? Like, gee, how do you deliver it to your wife, who's now got 3 kids? You're like, I told you stay in shape, or you got to go get a job. So, like, I mean, are you nice about it, or are you like, hey, Porky, get up and get on the treadmill? Oh, pumper topper, come on now, come on. How do you deliver that? Like, I don't understand. Like, I saw those dudes do it, and I thought it was some of the coldest work I've ever seen in my life.
You know, this, I had an entirely different answer for my second one, but you made me think. You made me think of a different one. And this is, I'm glad you said that, because this is my number 2.
I'm glad he didn't answer the question though. Everybody heard that, right? Because he doesn't actually know how he would tell his wife after she had 3 kids. Hey, Fatso, get up and do some jumping jacks or something, or else you're gonna have to go get a job, baby.
Oh, that's funny.
B, did you notice he didn't answer that? He shot it right away. Like, yeah, I'm gonna give you guys my second one here.
Well, no, it kind of goes into that. That's why, because you made me think about it, and I want to say so I don't forget. But the second, my second answer, I will have to say, is making me work. That is annoying. If I gotta work to be in this relationship, and I'm not saying relationships don't involve work. That's not what I'm saying. But I'm saying just being in a relationship and every day it just feels like I'm working, and I don't feel ease or a peace of mind. That is annoying. So when you go back to that weight thing, it's one of those things where it's like that if I could find a girl who's a homebody and likes to work out, I'm pretty much halfway there, you know? So a girl that just makes me fucking work, like, just all the time. It's like, and don't get me wrong, I don't mind working like my girl if she needs to improve, whatever, but at a point, all the work I invest to make you a better person needs to start to pay off at a certain point. I'm not saying relationships don't have its ups and downs, but what I am saying, I should not have to spend every day of my life having to work for this relationship. I should not have to go home. I should not have to leave the house and come home, or whether I say, no matter what I do, and just every fucking day, like, it's just like, it feels like a fucking chore or a job to be in this fucking shit. Like I said, again, I'm not saying relationships are perfect. Like, you'll have peace of mind, but I'm saying, bitch, don't make me motherfucking work. We supposed to be in a relationship.
What happens when she changes the roles on you, though, bro?
I've heard that from people.
What happens when she gets up and goes, you know what, Fatso? I'm cheating on you.
If I'm at the point, and because the point I want to be at is at the point where I don't have to put up with that. She want to act like that, again, the door is always open. Again, I don't, like I said, I don't need to keep you here. I could, like I said, as bad as the man may hurt or cry, if you gonna make this shit just extremely difficult, hey, you can get the fuck out like every other girl. Like I tell people, well, like I tell women, the streets are always calling. Hootie hoo. Streets.
Now, I got a question. Well, what happened if something like pregnancy? Her tummy got wrecked to a point where she can't reach that weight goal.
Oh, I've never. Okay, well, anyways, to answer your question, I mean, yeah, certain things with your body, I mean, I accept. I mean, that's what love is. Like,
Okay.
Yeah.
Really?
I mean,
because the homies that I had didn't. They gave them a time frame. They said 6 months. You need to be back down to this.
Don't get me wrong. Like, I still wanted to work out and stuff, but
nope. You ain't got it in you, bro. You might as well scratch that shit off your list, because I'm telling you, them dudes was cold work. When you put that on your list, You got to stand by it. I mean, them dudes was literally like, they had a kid, bro. Their kid, like, yeah, that's our kid. And they're like, yeah, that's dope. But remember, you got 6 months. You know, if you don't get to the goal in 6 months, I may extend it out to like 8 or something like that. But within the year, you need to be back down to fighting shit.
I mean, don't get me wrong. I do stand by it, but at the same time, I'm also like, I'm gonna be honest with you, I'm not that anal about it, but I'm anal enough where it's like, yeah, if it goes too far, we gonna have to have a conversation. I'll admit that. But that goes back to what I'm saying. It's like I shouldn't like.
You ain't got it. You ain't got it. You ain't got it in you. That
No,
chick gonna fold you. That chick gonna fold you like some origami, dog.
Nah, I can't let that happen. I can't let that happen.
That chick gonna fold your ass like a note. She gonna fold you like a note being passed in class, bro.
Yeah, nah, I'm not gonna let that happen. I'm sorry, F that. No.
That's what you say.
I get it, but no, F that. Nah. I'm not. I'm sorry. I'm not gonna put up. Don't get me wrong. I like I said, I have some leeway, absolutely, and I understand. Like B was saying, it's true. When you have kids, whatever, a lot of times your body ain't ever gonna be the same. So I have a fucking threshold.
Those dudes put them chicks right back together. 6 months, she was like, "You did not have a kid? Oh my god, really?" But that's because them dudes did not play.
But
they was gonna be on the first train smoking if they looked up and didn't get back down in a year.
Yeah, but at the same time, it goes back to what I'm saying. It's like I don't want. That's why I said like I'd rather have a girl who just wants to do that instead of having to work hard to make. That's just fucking annoying.
Well, but then again, I had a dude, one of the homies, he was like that too. He was like, yeah, she has to be at this point. And he was so cold, he basically said he wasn't one of the ones who's like, I'm gonna dump you if you, if you exceed that weight. But he said, I am gonna cheat on you.
Oh yeah, definitely.
That was the coldest. I'm like, and definitely. he said that in front, like she understood. Like he told her, like, I will cheat on you.
Definitely, yeah.
And if the chick is hot enough, I probably will leave you then. I'm like, dude, what? I mean, wow. I mean, I had nothing to say at that point. I was that shocked.
I don't know. Leaving, I think it depends on where you're at in life, but leaving, I think it's a little more difficult.
Really?
Well,
nah. Leaving's more difficult than cheating on your chick?
Yes.
Bro, really?
Yeah.
Okay. I mean, I can't argue with that because I think B can't either. Because I will figure it would be easier to leave and then see what's going on instead of just cheating on the chick.
I think it just depends on the dude, man. Some dudes, I mean, they can cheat like it's nothing, but they'll be afraid to leave their girl. They don't want
because the thing is, and this is the thing, and this is one thing I noticed, and it's just kind of true. I've seen it. And I've always said this: it's easier for a woman to replace a man than it is for a man to replace a wife. This one dude, he told me this. He was talking to his son, and this was back. This is back when I was working at my old job. To be honest, he was a lot like you. I think you guys would have got along. To be honest, he kind of actually So he said this. He said, "You see, son. You see, you have 5 different girls that could do one thing. I have one girl that could do 5 different things." And I will say, I wouldn't say it's depending on man. I think it's depending on the value on the woman, because like when you get a woman that like brings like value to your life, like real value, like does things that you really can't replace, and it's hard to find another woman. Sorry about that. When a woman brings like things in that like you just can't replace and it's hard to find, it's like it makes it very difficult to want to leave that woman. Cheating is one thing, and I'm a firm believer, and yes, I do agree with this, that yes, a man can absolutely cheat with like 100 women and still love his wife the same. I'm not saying that I'm saying cheating is right, but I am saying this as a man. I personally believe I can actually sleep with 100 women and still love my wife the same. Because it's not it's not the quantity of women, it's the quality of women that really matters. I mean, especially in this world today and being single now, it is so much more harder to find a woman with value. Well, you know, I'll just keep it stupid simple. I have found more good guys that are still in the world that are still single than I find that are good women. It's very hard to find good women these days. So when you can't find a good woman that has value, it's hard to let her go and give her up.
I don't know.
Well, let me ask you: it's for you? Is it easier to leave your girl or cheat on your girl?
Mm-hmm. That depends on the scenario, bro. I don't know.
I mean, I personally believe it depends on the woman.
Nope. It depends on the situation. It doesn't matter. Because I don't give a damn how hot you think your chick is, how fucking bad you think your chick is. She's gonna piss you off. You're gonna argue.
Yeah, of course.
So leaving sometimes is an option. But I mean, cheating can happen on a Wednesday, bro. I mean,
Agreed.
it just is what it is.
Yeah, but
I've had this conversation in depth with women before, and I mean, it sometimes turns into an argument because I will tell you flat out, if you can't interest me, but you're still cool, I mean, cheating is an option. I mean, it's not like it's not, but leaving is also an option.
It is.
So it's kind of a toss up. Yeah, I don't know.
I mean, I just believe if you find that if you find that really great, like valuable woman, I think in my personal opinion, it's just too hard to leave her.
Yeah, but if you say she's that valuable and you still cheat on her, then how much value does she really have?
She still has value.
Is she gonna think that?
Of course, she's not gonna think that. I don't expect.
Well, then
because
how's it gonna work? Because she's not gonna stay with you.
And it comes with it. You know, now don't get me wrong. I'm not promoting cheating. I'm just saying, just as a man, no, I think no.
She is promoting cheating. I'm just telling you right now, he is. He just said it flat out. So let's just keep it real here.
I mean, I would not promote it because I still think cheating is wrong inherently, but because I mean, we had this conversation. We had this conversation before. Actually, we did. You check our earlier podcast. We actually talked about this. So it is an earlier podcast. So if you want to get that answer, you gotta go through our back catalog.
Or just know that G promotes cheating. It's all good, bro. Just let the freak flag fly. I'm gonna cheat all day, all right?
No, I'm not saying that.
Twice on Saturday.
I'm not saying that. But
the wind blows, I'm cheating.
Again, that's James saying that. I didn't say that. That didn't come out my mouth. But going back to the cheating conversation. I mean, all I'm saying it's this. Like, no, if you have I get what you're saying, that yeah, if she feels like, cheating is too much and I can't handle it, then I mean there's not much I can do. I mean if she has to leave, again, I'm not gonna, like, if she doesn't want to be here, I'm not gonna keep her here. I may fight to get her back if she's valuable. I may cry and say I'll never do it again. Who knows? But all I'm saying is, to me, and you said it yourself, a man could cheat on a wind. It could be a Wednesday and the wind can blow, and you just see a girl bend over, you're ready, and you're probably gonna cheat on your girl. Because to me, that's not. Let me say this properly, because I'm getting tongue tied. Just because you want to fuck a girl does not mean you want to be with her. Does not mean that you value her. She's just, like I said, you could fuck a stripper outside behind a trash can. Does that mean she has value? No. It's the woman that you love, the woman you're willing to take care of, the woman that you're willing to sacrifice for, the woman that you're willing to put your life online for, the woman that every day, that because she's there, she makes your day better. That's the woman I value. That's why she's at home and got the roof over her head and a ring on her finger. That's the woman where if something goes wrong, I'm coming home right away. That's the woman that if things go wrong, I'm coming in there and having to come fix it. that's the woman that's probably the only woman in the world that can probably talk to me in a crazy way, and I'll put up with it for a period of time, but I'll put up with it because I love her so much that I understand that she brings good times more than the bad. Like these bitches out here that I'm just fucking on the side, they ain't shit. You know, I could fuck 100 women and still be the same. But losing that girl who brings that much value to my life, that's almost irreplaceable, and it's very hard to replace a woman like that. So yeah, so if I would, that's what I'm saying. So as a man, yes, if I was to cheat, it doesn't mean I love my woman less or I think less of her on any level. It's just like I said, it's just on a whim, and I see a girl with her with. I mean, I gotta say this carefully because of the. I can't be too vulgar, but probably just if I just walk in a room and a girl has her butt up and says, you know, do you want to smash? I could do that at any point in time. That's whatever. But wanted to fight the world for my girl, nah, not too many women have that privilege.
Boom.
Hmm?
There we have it. G's willing to fight the earth.
If you bring that much value, yeah. Absolutely.
G's fighting the earth, bro. You're not fucking around. He all with it. He can win it. Take him out.
Like I said, yeah, but you got to bring that kind of value too. That's what I'm saying. Just because I go out and 2 or 3 different girls does not mean that my wife is deep value. It's like I said, I give you everything. I'm not saying that I support cheating, but I'm saying if I give you everything, me going out to cheat ain't. I mean, from a guy's perspective, my personal opinion, yes, I'm not gonna say it's not a big deal to a woman, but to me, it's not really a big deal because that does not mean that I love you any less, or I'm willing to leave you, or or you're gonna lose on everything. Now, I will say this though. I will say this: the thing that you have to be careful of, not the quality of women that I'm sleeping with, not my fault, not the quantity of women that I'm sleeping with, it's the quality of woman that I'm outside of her. That's what you got to be worried about because if I'm sleeping with a girl that brings value outside of sex and that brings value just like her or more, that's a danger to our relationship. Not a bimbo that is just a hot piece I just met at the club. I mean, nah. I mean, why do you think? Because I know a lot of guys I know who women let them sleep with other women. Basically, she sets rules, you know. So like one of the homies, he was telling me the way it works with him that he's allowed to sleep with other women, but basically he can't cuddle with her, he can't bring her back to the house, he can't catch STDs, he can't get caught, like all these different things, and they kind of agree on it. Like, hey, you can do this, but don't embarrass me. Don't let the kids find out. Any of these rules that are broken within this situation, I'm out. And every dude who I know who's in a situation like that, they basically uphold the rules. And that's why I say, at least the guys I've talked to, and that's why I say, like, I mean, sex is great, but a woman that brings value outside that, to me, is irreplaceable. If you could find that, if you're lucky enough to find a woman that does that for you.
Like, give me 1 second, guys. Hold on.
Yeah, no problem.
I'm back.
All right, cool.
Yeah.
Well, James isn't here right now.
Okay.
So I guess move on to the top end. Like that, it kind of works out because I know James doesn't know about this.
Mm-hmm.
So I mean, so we could talk about it since we were talking about the women stuff and everything. You know who Andrew Tate is.
Yeah.
Do you think? Well, I mean, I'm sure you heard. If you haven't heard, Andrew Tate has been banned basically off of social media, all the major social media outlets.
Correct.
And of course, it's a question that everybody's asking: do you feel like he deserves to be banned?
No. Now, of course, Andrew Tate, I think we both agree. Some things are like, what?
Yeah,
I don't agree, or is or is pretty wild, but it's like, come on, man. let's Let's be real, man. There's still a lot of people out there that saying a lot more crazier shit than what Andrew Tate has ever said, and they're still there. And they're large. My whole thing with Andrew Tate, they're always shutting down a man that has a voice.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
They're always shutting us down, man. And I'm having a problem with that because he's not saying nothing like I'm going to sound like a terrorist and saying I'm going to destroy United States.
Yeah, cause harm to the health of the country.
Right. Yeah, cause harm to the health of the country. Let me just say that. He's not saying nothing of that extremity, So it's like, what's wrong with saying how you want your woman to be around you? Or what's wrong with saying, man, get your money up, get focused, join my academy. It will teach you basic skills of what I think a man should be having in their arsenal. What's wrong with that? There's nothing wrong with saying cutting off the person you're in, cutting them off because you don't agree with what they're saying. Stop. No, I believe this and I believe this. There's nothing else to it. There's nothing wrong with saying that. There's nothing wrong. But everyone's looking at it as he's an enemy against women, blah blah. No. Because honestly, if we look at you on the so-called the channels for women, they're saying a lot worse. They're talking about abort black. They want black babies aborted. I heard this. I heard this. I want that, and they're able to stay on the internet with 100,000 subscribers. Nothing happened to them. I want black babies murdered, but they're able to stay on the internet. Andrew Tate never said anything that extreme, man. He never did. All he just wants is men to do better. That's his message. Feel good to be a man again. Mm-hmm. But yeah, every single time someone comes out, every single time a man comes out and he does a bend over for certain groups and individuals, they get canceled. And it's getting annoying, man. It's getting real annoying, man. We're really, really, man, as a man who stands on the principle, we're really running out of spaces to have their own opinion, man. And it's sad. It's sad, man. We might need we need a new internet. We need a new internet, man. Oh gosh. So yeah, man, I don't agree with the Andrew Tate stuff at banning at all, bro. At all. And I think that's why a lot of do stand up and defend Andrew Tate, man. Because he's standing up who he is, man. He never been it over for anybody. Not yet, at least. That I know of. He never been it over. He stayed true to what he is. But I think we had a discussion because that happened, though. Really said Andrew Tate might become even more powerful now because Now they got everyone looking. Who is Andrew Tate? And it's not going to stop people for sharing his clips.
Oh no, they're stopping that. If you,
they are.
If you share a clip, from my understanding, they're going to delete it, or they may even delete the channels.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
From my understanding.
Yeah. Man. Wow, man. That's crazy, man. I didn't know that.
Yeah.
So that just proves that just makes his message more powerful. Honestly, like, wait, hold on. Who is this guy? Let me find something on him. What is he saying? Why did he get banned? You know, if I didn't already know who Andrew Tate was, I would have been looking for, like, who's Andrew Tate? Why is he banned for? You know, Andrew Tate to me, and because he's still not out here looking crazy and shit like that. For instance, I remember when Alex Jones got banned from the internet.
Mm-hmm.
I remember like, oh man, you banned Alex Jones because he's right. The thing about Alex Jones, he kind of killed himself because when they did that, he kind of looked at the same.
Yeah.
He kind of didn't help his case why he got banned. He went out there and absolutely looked at the same, doing all this crazy ass shit.
Yeah.
But Andrew Tate, he didn't do none of that. He's staying civil. He's staying calm. But yeah, man. I wonder what he's gonna do next. I really want to know what he's gonna do. How he's gonna put himself out there now.
The funny thing is, he actually put out an hour-long video.
Oh, he did?
Which, if you could find it, because I think they deleted it. I'm going to do this in two ways. So I can answer this in two ways. I'm going to answer this in my initial feelings. I want to answer this and answer it through my research of him. Because I actually, this is not a news network. I am not a news guy, but I actually went out and did my research on the dude to a point. Not saying I went deep dive, but I did do my research. So I'm going to answer it in two different ways. So my initial take, and just my personal and how I felt beforehand, is yes, I agree with you. Andrew Tate, the clips that came out, the stuff that he said was insane and outrageous. He said some wild stuff. Andrew Tate has said some wild stuff. I have no problem with him.
Agree.
There are some things that I don't rock with. I'm not messing with, like the whole entire thing that came out talk about women are not great drivers. Sorry, I'm not the best parker in the world. Like, I can drive. Don't get me wrong. I will say I'm a great driver. But when it comes to parking, I'm terrible at it. You know, I have no problem saying like, hey, my mom's a way better parker than me. No problem saying that stuff. Yes, when it comes to that, okay, that's some wild stuff I can't agree with. And he said a lot of wild things that I don't agree with. Yes, he definitely is deserving of criticism. But with that being said, I do not believe he deserves to be banned. I think they took it way too far. And you kind of hit the nail on the coffin where they're saying like men don't really have a voice and they're getting rid of more men's voices. And that's not right, because you're right. Just like you said, there's just regular people on the internet said some way worse stuff and they're still allowed to live. But this dude says some things and he's off the internet, like, that's a problem to me. Like, I mean, I think, you know, you pushed it way too far. I mean, that he said a lot of wild things, but he also said a lot of good stuff too. And to sit there and say this man's a threat, or he's turning young boys into freaking monsters. No, I'm going to tell you really what it is. It's that, and I've been seeing this for years, is that men been talking about these issues for years and they never been heard. You know, it goes back to this, where, you know, you sit there and say, you know, men need to speak more, men need to say more. And when we're really truthful and when we say what we really want to say, you said it best. They get rid of us. They silence us. They won't let us speak. They talk because it's so dangerous. No, we're just different. And the way we go about things and the way we talk about things, it's different. Like there's some wild stuff I've heard on the internet. Like there's some wild stuff I heard on the internet. And yeah, and some people said some crazy stuff, absolutely. But do I feel like they deserve to be banned? No. You know, because honestly, some of that stuff was taken out of context.
Right.
And some of that stuff are some jokes that maybe you shouldn't have said to women that men will find funny, but that probably shouldn't present to women because that was some outrageous stuff. Because as men, we understand that you're just messing around, you're just kidding. You're not really being real. Which again, that's what comedy is. Comedy, you know, comedy is unsafe. Now again, the stuff that he said and the wild stuff he said, I'm not justifying it. But like if you really have issues with what he said, the best way to beat him is to debate, dispute, show the other side. Like what we just did just now when we were talking about cheating. You know, we show two different versions of the truth, you know. And of course we didn't go into the deeper things, but that wasn't the point of that argument. But to sit there and say this man who in my personal opinion was really saying some truth, to just get rid of him, you overstepped and it's not right. And this is the thing, because you gotta understand, by banning him ain't doing nothing, because the problem is that you're not solving the inherent problem on any level. You're just saying he's saying something uncomfortable, let's get rid of him. But there's a deeper problem there that people are not asking, not getting into, not questioning, just allowing it to fester, and it's getting bigger and bigger and bigger. The other thing, it's not even about Andrew Tate going out and becoming a martyr or whatever, you know, which is what he could become. The other issue is, and you know, and let's go back to Kevin Samuels. And this is the thing that you guys said men are starting to see and recognize. Kevin Samuels' death, I think, opened men to a lot of things. And to see the hate and vitriol that this man got when he was just speaking some truth, it's okay to disagree with him, but to celebrate like you did, trust me, men know that shit. A lot of men put that in their mindset. Okay, we got that. We know that. We see how it is. What happened when Kevin Samuels left this earth? Andrew Tate came in and filled that role. You get rid of Andrew Tate, do you think there's not going to be another man that's going to come up behind him? The other thing is, do you think that it may not be a worse person that comes up behind him?
Possibly. Yeah.
Because the thing is that just by banning people and by just silencing people, you're not solving the issue. All you're doing is making it bigger, and men are knowing this. This is why you had that one dude that's starting to sit there and say, give up on these American women and go out of state. I mean, go out the country, not out of state. Go out the country. You know, they're coming. That's why you have all these other podcasts, these other men's podcasts that are talking about this. And they've been talking about this for years. And I guarantee you there's a lot of men that are ready to be the next man up and want that spot. And I'm telling you, if you get rid of one, there's always going to be another, because these are real issues and real concerns that men are dealing with, and they're not being addressed. And I want to say this. It's really fucking annoying to hear these women come out and try to speak on this shit and don't know what the fuck they're talking about. Like on some real shit. Y'all speaking on things that you truly don't understand. That only men can understand. Just like there's some things that as men, we accept that only women can understand, and we don't debate that. We get it. It's the same thing on the men's side too. There are just things that we go through that only we understand, that we can only continue with, that we can only feel, that you will never understand, that you will never get. As much as say we do, or we are, no, you don't. and you're proving it even more and more that yes, like, I mean, I heard somebody said this, where like men have to lie to women, and this situation and even other situations, you're starting to prove why we need to.
Mm.
The way you're trying to resolve things is not a solution. If anything, it's expanding the problem.
Mm.
Maybe, okay, I don't want to hear it that way. Maybe it doesn't sound right, but I'll be honest with you, that a lot of that's just how men talk. And a lot of times he's just talking to men.
Right.
And that's just how we talk to each other.
Right.
Have I always said, when you watch red pill content, your father should be there? Haven't I not said that?
You always said that.
Yes. Because yes, there is some things there, but it's because what they say is some real stuff, but there's some nuance that needs to be put in there. There's some things that they're missing. There's some stuff that they're not talking about. There's some things that even I disagree with, that needs to be clarified. That needs some more stuff amongst it, of course. But inherently, what they're saying, what guys in that space are saying, what Andrew Tate was saying is not inherently wrong, even though he said some wrong stuff, and that absolutely deserves to be criticized.
Right.
But to sit there and continue to sit there and say men need to talk more, and to silence men when we talk, let me say something really big that a lot of people probably ain't gonna like. Are there any email spaces left anymore? Are there any spaces for men that's left? Is there any space that men could be men? That it's not being, I hate to say it, but I'm going to be blunt. Is there any space for men that men can be men without being infiltrated? Where men could be themselves, when men could talk about a problem, when men could try to find solution. I'm sorry. When I go on the internet and I have to see a grown man cry because he don't have friends, that says something. And I think all of us as men that look around, we all are looking at each other and saying, there's some issues here. There's some real issues here, and we see it. We recognize it.
Exactly.
But at this point, we're not even allowed to talk about it, and we're not even allowed to talk amongst ourselves.
Right.
You know, and these are the things that I don't think people think about.
Right.
Well, no, it's not that they don't think about it, it's that they don't really. And what you're proving to everybody is that you don't care.
Right.
And that's not a bad, and that's not a good thing. My fault. Let me say that one more time. That's not a good thing to make people, particularly an entire sex of people, feel that way.
Right.
So, and don't get me wrong, there's those guys that all agree, whatever. And that's those guys. I don't really care for them, whatever.
Right.
But as men, we kind of, and talk to multiple men, not just you or me, but we also talk to other men. And we can all tell there's something really going on here that's kind of off.
Right.
And
damn.
and a lot of these dudes, a lot of these young men, a lot of these people do not have guidance, and are not allowed to have the question to answer. They're not allowed to feel like themselves. They're not allowed to speak as men anymore. I've asked this question multiple times on the podcast, and I never get an answer from any dude, which I understand why they don't want to answer it. But I always ask this every time I'm on this podcast, and no man would ever answer me. Nobody ever answers me. Why is it okay? Sorry about that. Why is it okay for women to have their spaces, but men cannot have theirs? No man that I've ever talked to, because I always bring up that which you already answered this, but I always bring this up and you already answered it. I always say, did you know that there was a hotel made for women in LA? You said no. And I asked you, do you care? No. Nobody, no man that I know has any issues about women having their own spaces.
Right.
Nor do we care. The only time we really care if you do something to disrupt the household or disrupt your relationship.
Right.
You know, that's it. Outside of that, no one really cares about what a woman does. What you just choose to do with your life is your business.
Mm-hmm.
But the fact that there's not really any spaces left for men, that we could just be men and feel safe and fine being men, that to me in itself is a problem.
Huge problem, man.
So we all could look around and recognize the issues. We all can see it. So I'm sorry, but like I said, even with banning Andrew Tate, you think it's going to save it? It's not, because at the end of the day, the inherent issues are not being addressed.
Right.
All right. So now, go ahead.
Go ahead.
No, if you want to continue, because I'm gonna go on to the second part of this.
Oh no, go to the second part.
Okay.
The second part. Yeah.
So the second thing is that people don't really do their research on this dude and just listen to clips and assume. I've actually took the time to listen to some of his stuff. I've actually took the time to see what he's saying, and again, like I even watched his final message where he addressed some of this stuff. Now, is there some things I'm like, okay, yes, he absolutely deserves criticism, but the one thing that people bring up, so I'll just say, because I can't find a clip, talked about he's a trafficker. Okay, from listening to him, basically what he said was he was swatted. He was basically swatted. He had some issue with the woman that he was messing around with. Real quick, this is G from the future, and I just want to do a quick correction disclaimer that this part right here, so I was supposed to play a clip, but I'm sure you know a lot of his stuff is getting or has been deleted at this point. But he actually did tell the story about what happened, and if I remember right, it wasn't her who called the cops. I think it was her boyfriend, or like he basically said, if you watch the hour-long final video, he got swatted. But if you want to know the story, it is online. You can check it out yourself. Again, we're an opinionated podcast, but we do support doing your own research. So once again, and a reminder, make sure to do your own research. And if there's any corrections that need to be made, go to YouTube and put it in the comments down below. And with that being said, let's kick it back to Pass Me. And she called the cops. From what I've heard. The second thing, he said something about he basically left the country because he didn't want to get charged for rape. When I actually listened to it, because I actually heard what he was saying, it more came off in a way of, I left the country because I'm more afraid of false charge.
Right.
And I heard that. The other thing, where is that clip that's going around where he said he was abusing, where he abused a woman. That clip that came around, the woman actually came out and said that, hey, that's just our kink. That's just how we play.
Wow.
And then not only that, he even came out and said that a lot of the stuff that he said, that there's more context to it, and the stuff that he said was being clipped out of context. So, again, whether you believe it or not, I looked into it. I did the research, and this is what I found. Now, could there be some questions? Could there be some questions? Yes. But I really do think, and it's a problem with the internet today in general, is that people do not do the research anymore and don't really look into people. And I think it's irresponsible for you to just demonize somebody and call things out without at least taking the time to look into them, especially when you're going to take a man away from his income and his livelihood. I'm sorry, I'm fully against that. I have no problem with you doing it, but it needs to be for a damn good reason.
Right.
I have no problem with you taking some dude off because this is actually being a terrorist, whatever. That's fine. I have no problem you taking it off for some offender. Yes, that's fine. I have no problem with taking it off for somebody who abuses or traffics. That's fine. But I mean, even they said, like, the dude wasn't even convicted. He was being investigated. I don't know. I think he's still being investigated, but he hasn't even been convicted on any level.
Wow.
So that's what I'm saying. It's like I'm not a news guy, but I'm at least willing to go out there and at least hear the person's side of the story, and at least do the research to get multiple sides of the story. So at least I have a better understanding. Now, again, I'm not here to absolve him of the crap that he said. And I'm not sitting there saying he's not deserving of criticism. I'm not saying that there's some things that, yes, he could definitely, he should, come out against them on. Totally fine with that. I have my criticism of Andrew Tate. And there's a lot of things I don't agree with him. But I also see what he was trying to do and the good that he was trying to do.
Right.
But I like, no matter if you like the man or not, fine. Hey, I'm not saying you gotta like the guy, but I don't, in my personal opinion, I don't believe he should have been banned. And even banning him, still at the end of the day, doesn't solve the issues that are actually happening today. So the problem is, by banning him, you didn't solve the problem on any level. If anything, if you don't make him a martyr, you're either going to basically open up the hole to somebody who could possibly be worse. There's a chance of that.
Mm-hmm.
Or the problem, the inherent problem to why Andrew Tate is who he is not being resolved.
Right.
So again, by celebrating Kevin Samuels' passing, by getting Andrew Tate kicked off, doesn't solve anything. Nothing's solved. Nothing's been resolved. Nothing's been improved. The problem's still there, and the problem's always going to be there until people actually want to properly address it. But I think a lot of people are seeing that you don't want to. So I don't know. It's just kind of annoying. Again, I'm not saying I'm a total big fan of DYOR, or I'm a Tate follower. I listen to everything. This is the last thing too. I want to say this too, because a lot of people talk about his university, and he says it's a pyramid scheme. And don't get me wrong, I definitely thought it was a pyramid scheme too. Like, it seemed like a pyramid scheme. I mean, actually, the way it sounds like a pyramid scheme. I'm not gonna lie, but the few YouTube channels that actually signed up for his courses and did what they told them to do, they have came out and said they have made money. Like I said, they had a product, and some people said it worked. The people who actually did it, like, not people who just buy and looked at it, but people that actually did the work. The two YouTube channels that I saw that actually did the work, they said it worked. They said they made some money. Now, was it a significant amount? From my understanding, it wasn't. But they said they saw that it worked. Now, there were people who bought it and just looked at it and dissected it and said it's bad. But the people that did it, from my understanding, it worked. Now, again, I don't know if it's a pyramid scheme. I don't know if it ain't. But all I'm doing is I just did my research. I looked into videos. I looked at what people said. I watched reviews. And I just did what I feel like a lot of people should do. And did a responsible thing, which we don't have anymore. We don't have journalistic integrity. We don't have people that's willing to go out and ask questions and find the truth. They're just going to look at a clip or look at a bunch of clips and say, this dude's bad. Now, again, I'm not here to absolve Andrew Tate of his crimes. If he is a trafficker, throw that dude in jail. If he,
of course.
Yes,
if he did it,
yes, his views, if they are insane, that's fine. Again, I'm not here to save a dude. The big thing I'm trying to say is this: is that by banning him, it's not going to solve the problems, and the issue is not resolved. So, like I said, you until you actually start to care about resolving the issue, until people and journalists start actually doing journalism again, until people are actually willing to go out and find the truth and ask questions, the problems will never be resolved, and they're probably just only going to get worse. And that's what I believe.
Yeah, man. And you're right. There used to be a whole section of men where all this information was already out before. Where they just, before it had a title, it was just male men just sharing information, about life, about tactics to move within the world, how to get a job, talk about different career paths, and or how you should move politically, or the upcomings of the different the changes in society and or women or whatever. This is all that was there. So, and they all got deleted or kicked off. And so what's happening to Andrew Tate is not surprising. But like once again, it's just well, yeah, it just sucks, man. That every single time that we have these voices, they're always disappearing, or they always get deleted, and then we go to another generation of confused adults who don't know how to move and operate within this world. No one cares about the mental health of a man or a young adult or a little boy, child. No one cares about the mental health. No one cares about a man having mentors or learning information on how to operate and move within this world, man. They want us to be little weaklings. Practically girls. Don't think logically. We gotta bend down and obey the so-called the whoever's in charge of all this. And it's getting old and it's getting real tiring real fast, man. And I'm happy that a lot of guys are finally seeing this. A lot of guys are, well, I mean, I say a lot, but some guys I don't know, but let me just say, guys are seeing this. Guys are changing their tactics, man. And I mean, that's why you see things like passport bros and all this other stuff, because they're saying, well, hell, this so-called country, if they keep shutting this off, if the women giving us hard times, if the laws are not in our favor, you guys are free to go somewhere else. And that might have to be the next move, man. I don't know. They're putting up a good argument, that's for sure. I'm not seeing. I don't see any arguments to fight that. If it ain't working here, so you got the whole damn planet to go to. You got a whole planet. You can go somewhere else. So, they might have kicked Andrew Tate off right now, but that might have been the biggest mistake they could have done.